Today, we're plunging into something pretty much everyone wrestles with at some point, really mastering a language. Especially, when the stakes are high, like for the IELTS exam.
Right.
We're not just talking about passing. We want to figure out how people get those top scores, band 8, maybe even band 9, in speaking and writing.
Yeah,
And it seems like it's less about perfect grammar, surprisingly, and more about vocabulary, but not just any vocabulary.
exactly. That's our mission today, really, to kind of unpack what our source material tells us about how vocabulary really shifts your score.
Yep.
Examiners grade you on lexical resource, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just having a wide range of words. It's also about using them accurately, the right word for the meaning. And this is key, flexibility.
Flexibility.
Yeah, how naturally you can adapt your language. Sometimes a simpler word is actually better if it fits the context. Sounds more natural. A lot of people learn fancy words, but then use them awkwardly.
Ah, okay. So they boost the range, but maybe trip up on sounding natural.
Precisely. That's a common trap we want to help you avoid.
Got it. So if getting those high scores hinges so much on this strategic vocabulary, how should we actually approach learning words differently? Is there a better way than just memorizing lists?
Absolutely. Our source suggests it's less about single words in isolation and more about building like a web of meaning.
A web.
Yeah, learning words by topic. So environment, health, education, technology, that sort of thing. Instead of just learning dirty for air, you learn air pollution, deteriorating urban health, respiratory issues. You connect the ideas.
Okay, that makes sense. You're understanding the whole context, not just the definition.
Yeah.
And what about replacing those really common words like good or bad or very? Our sources mention some specific swaps.
Oh, definitely. It's about upgrading your language toolkit. So instead of very big, maybe try enormous or colossal.
Right.
Very important, could become crucial, vital, or pivotal. Even a simple word like people. Well, you could use individuals, citizens, the populace, depending on the context. It adds precision.
It sounds more academic, too.
It does, but mainly it's about being more precise and showing a wider range naturally.
Okay. And building on that topic idea, our deep dive highlight a tool, the vocabulary notebook. Simple, but apparently powerful if used right.
Yes, very powerful, but not just listing the word and meaning. For it to really stick, you need an example sentence.
One you write yourself.
Preferably, yes. Something that shows the word used naturally, in context. And for that flexibility point we mentioned earlier, practice paraphrasing. Always try to learn 2 or 3 ways to say the same thing. That way, you're never stuck repeating yourself and your language flows better.
Right, you have options. Okay, but let's see this in action. How does this advanced vocabulary actually sound in an IELTS test? Let's take a speaking example, like describe a time when you helped someone.
Good one. So a band 8 or 9 answer wouldn't just say, I helped him. Our source example uses, I assisted him.
Okay, assisted, more formal.
A little, yeah. And instead of he was happy, maybe he was extremely grateful. The speaker isn't just nice, they're compassionate.
Compassionate, grateful. These words carry more weight.
Exactly. And the event didn't just help, it had a profound impact. And maybe it fostered community spirit. See? It's richer, more nuanced. It shows understanding, not just vocabulary list.
Yeah, I can hear the difference. And it's even clearer in writing, right? Take task 2. The example given is many people think the government should help the environment. Pretty basic.
Very basic. Now, contrast that with the Band 8 version our source provides. A significant proportion of the population believes that environmental preservation should be prioritized by governmental authorities.
Wow, okay. That's quite a transformation.
It really is. Many people becomes a significant proportion of the population. More precise, more academic.
And help the environment changes completely.
Right, to environmental preservation should be prioritized by governmental authorities. It uses nominalization preservation instead of preserve, and stronger verbs like prioritized. The whole structure is elevated.
So bringing this all together for you, the listener, what's the practical advice here? Our deep dive wraps up with some key tips.
Number 1, don't just memorize words you don't truly understand how to use. It'll probably sound unnatural.
Yeah, use them naturally. Don't try to show off, basically.
Exactly. Practice speaking, record yourself, find a tutor. Listen back. Does it sound fluent? And for writing, read widely. Opinion articles are great for seeing how that academic style works in practice.
Makes sense. Read like a writer.
Pretty much. And the main thing is consistency. Daily practice, focusing on these topic-based words. That's what makes Band 8 or 9 achievable. It's about smart, consistent effort.
So the big takeaway from this deep dive seems clear. Top IELTS scores aren't just about what you say. It's the sophistication, the precision, the naturalness of how you say it. And that's driven by vocabulary used well.
Right. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think beyond the test score. When you intentionally build your vocabulary like this, focusing on context and natural use, you're actually enhancing a much broader skill.
Which is?
Your fundamental ability to express complex ideas clearly and to connect more deeply, really,